Hi everyone, Claudia here from Lighting Clarity. There are two things that I wanted to talk about. One is a story that I have that was a miracle for me, and it is an activation that I use to assist me. This activation is actually available when you subscribe to my newsletter. And if you haven't subscribed yet, lightingclarity.com.au, you will receive a PDF with a number of activations on that PDF. They are activations that will assist you with your daily life to do with certain situations. They're activations that I've used with clients in the past that work like a gem, and I use them in my own life. So with this particular activation, I used it many, many years ago. When I finished university, was that many years ago, I was traveling Europe and I was working at a place. And in that place, we're all living together quite intimately. We're all international people. And the boss was a very intimidating woman. And we're all scared of her. Anyway, I had been living there for maybe a week and a half, and the boss decided to blatantly ignore me for no reason. Now, we all ate together, it was that intimate, we're all living together. To be blatantly ignored by the boss was really odd, and I was like, why am I being ignored? I couldn't understand. She didn't say anything about what I'd done wrong. I didn't presume I'd done anything wrong. She was an odd woman, and we all found her intimidating and odd. But anyway, she was a nice lady. She was a nice lady, older than all of us. So we were all, 20, 19, 21. Anyway, I talked to God about it. I sent a prayer up, and I also had Archangel Michael coming in. I said, can you all help me here? Because I have no idea what I've done, and I need to work with this woman. And also, the people that I were living with, the massive group of us, they were going away for the weekend, and I was going to be left with her. And she had a family as well. And they lived not at the place where I was working. They lived slightly out. So this went on for a good week where she bluntly ignored me. We all ate together, and then she'd go off with her husband and kids off to their home. And I knew that the weekend was coming up where I was going to be left alone at the place. I didn't mind, but I knew that she and her husband lived where they lived, so I wasn't really going to be too bothered, but it still was what it was. So I was directed for 2 minutes a day by God, by Archangel Michael, to sit on the edge of the bed and to visualize myself and this lady in a pink rose quartz bubble of light, and to send from my heart center into her heart center a line of light. And in that line of light, I was directed to speak positively to her. So I thanked her for having me there at the place of work. I thanked her for employing me for the time that I was employed for, because I was only meant to be there for a certain amount of weeks. We all were. And I thanked her, and I actually said something about her that I genuinely liked. And then I would release that bubble to Archangel Michael, and he would send it up to God. And I said, I ask that God's will be done. There's a little bit more to this activation that I'm giving, but you'll have to download my newsletter. You'll have to subscribe to my newsletter just so you get exactly the finer points and exactly how you do this. So I did this for about 5 days, 5 to 6 days. So after that, she came up to me out of nowhere and she invited me over for dinner. I was completely stunned. It wasn't really the reaction I wanted. I wanted us just to get along. I didn't expect to be invited over to dinner by the boss. And I said, okay, and I was really intimidated to go, but it was a miracle that turned around after her having ignored me for about a week or a number of weeks. And I thought, God, what is wrong here? So the activation worked very well. And I remember sitting in my room, I was very young, and I said to God, I said to Jesus as well, I really don't want to go. I ascended Master Jesus, I really don't want to go. I'm really scared of her. I was very young, very young. And, today we'd all just front up at our age, anyway, whatever, or I can't come. But when I was sitting there praying, Jesus came in, and the Christ consciousness gold light, which I work with my healings with clients, came down and through me. The anxiety I felt within seconds left me as I prayed with faith, as Jesus came in. And all of a sudden, this wealth of calmness and peace and absolute confidence within seconds came through me. I stood up, I grabbed my bag, and I walked towards her home. It was a lovely dinner. There was nothing out of the ordinary, and that was fine. Things had been fixed. I have used this activation with clients. One of the stories that stands out is I had a gentleman client years ago who had an adult daughter in her 40s who was refusing to speak to him for a couple of years because his wife had passed and he had a new partner. And she was his age. They were both in their 70s. They weren't young people. They were both in their 70s. And his daughter was my age. He was devastated. He was a lovely, lovely, gentle man. I gave him the activation to use. I said, you really need to do this about 2 minutes a day. And he said, how long do you think before this will start to work? How long before she'll talk to me? I got the number 8. I said, 8 days, 8 weeks, or 8 months. I said, I'm just getting the number 8. He said, all right. He went home and his wife emailed me about a month later or so. And she said to me, it worked after about 8 days for him. She contacted him out of the blue, his daughter. And she said to me, they've actually booked a trip together. They're going to Cambodia in about 4 weeks. I was gobsmacked. She said, we really want to thank you for your assistance. And this was his daughter who hadn't spoken to him in 2 years, yeah? In the reading, he says, will we make up? I said, yes, she will never really accept your partner, but, she'll make up with you. And she did, thank goodness. I was really, really pleased for him. This is going back, 10 years ago. There's no names being said, and I'm just giving the story. It is powerful. The activations that I give and the activations that I do are powerful. It is on that PDF. If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, please do. You will receive that PDF automatically. And there's other activations on there. I have given step-by-step instructions so everybody is safe. If you have any questions regarding the PDF, send me an email. That's not a problem. Happy to answer. Happy to help. Okay, so my second thing I wanted to tell you is I'm bringing out in June a Work With Me one-on-one package. This is for those of you who have newly qualified as tarot readers or as soul readers or as intuitive readers or as new healers, be it you're a Reiki practitioner or a cranial practitioner or whatever healing you've newly qualified in, or even you've had the qualifications for some years and you haven't done anything about it. And even those of you who are running heart-based spiritual businesses, we'll call it under that umbrella. So I'm looking to assist those of you who have this skill set that you've been taught, but you haven't had the courage to bring clients in. You're not sure what your messages are, your messaging is, what is that your message is within your business or with what is that you do, that you haven't had that ability to bring even the clients in. You're not sure how to bring them in, what it is that is blocking you, and you're needing someone to assist. I'm going to be working in a mentoring capacity. This will be a course that runs for about 6 weeks. You work with me one-on-one, and I will bring you through step-by-step guidance as to what your messaging is, how to bring clients in, and bring you up to confidence within your own skill set, and looking at exactly what your skill set is, what is it you've qualified in, and assist you with bringing that confidence in order to run your business, in order even just to bring the clients in. So this is a course that I'll be bringing in and advertising at the beginning of June. So if you're wanting to know more about it, I'm happy to send it via email now. If not, please look out for it early June. It's going to be brilliant. Don't hold back on your medicine. We want you to share it. Yeah, you wouldn't have the abilities you have or the passion you have had to do the course that you did or you have done if God wasn't putting you in that position. Yeah, you're needed. You're needed. Don't hold back. I've got many stories that I can tell regarding how it is that I came in to do what I do, and I will tell that over the coming weeks. Many blessings. I'll connect with all of you again soon. Thanks, everyone.